Those of you who have wandered about India may have seen many of the great works that we are doing all over the country. You may have seen not only individual great works like our great river valley schemes, or Sindri, or Chittaranjan, or the many things in Bangalore, or elsewhere all over India, or our great national laboratories and the like. You will have felt that the whole of India is in some kind of commotion. Or if I may put it this way, we talk about Mother India, that Mother India was in labor, producing, creating things. So, Mother India is in labor. We of our generation, many of us present here, belong to that generation which fought for the freedom of India. We threw ourselves into the struggle for the freedom of India. We are children of the revolution in India. And do not imagine that the revolution in India was not a revolution because it was a peaceful one. It was one of the biggest revolutions that the world has had. A revolution does not mean the breaking of heads. A revolution means changing things in a big way. We made India independent. Big enough change in this world. So we are children of that revolution. And that revolution is not over. And we have still to continue it. We finished it in a way in the political sphere. We have to continue it in the social and the economic sphere. We cannot remain static.
The concepts of democracy, of socialism, of secularism are not yet clear in the minds of our people. It was after considerable consideration that we chose the path of democracy. Not because it is the quickest path, perhaps it isn't, but because it is the path which helps the people to grow to political maturity. And we felt that that was most important for our people, for them to feel involved in what is happening in the country, to participate in the development of the country. This can only be done if they have certain choices open to them. And this is a system which gives them that choice. What can be more easy in a country like India to arouse people emotionally with slogans of religion, with slogans of language, or with other regional interests? And these are some of the matters which come in the way of our progress and of speedy development. We are a country steeped in tradition. Can we really be democratic unless we sweep away some of that tradition which is not relevant to the life of today? But we find how many of our functions, how much of our time goes in something which has happened long, long ago. I have nothing against the religious functions of people. But how much time can we spend remembering something that happened thousands of years ago, or maybe did not even happen in the way we think it happened? So much of it is looking back. Even our national leaders, they are great leaders. They have inspired us. They have brought the country forward. They have given us independence. But the new generation has to go forward. It cannot keep looking back, however great a person was. But so much of our energy goes in observing festivals and other things looking backwards. You cannot look backwards and go forward. You have to make up your mind which you want to do. There can be no democracy if you're looking backwards. There can be no democracy if you have a communal outlook and you have false barriers between men and men, citizen and citizen. There can be no democracy if you do not have socialism. Because democracy and inequality cannot coexist. We talk of socialism, of equality, but we almost always think of it merely in terms of the economic program. Can there be equality if one says this man cannot drink where I am drinking? this man cannot sit with me where I am sitting. It doesn't matter what economic programs you have. If this situation continues as we have in parts of our country, you can't have democracy, no matter how well your parliament or your assembly work. So these are some fundamental matters to which we have to give thought.
This whole process, there was a lot of corruption that was taking place. There were power brokers who were taking their cuts, and there was the exploitation of the weaker sections. When we tried to stop the corruption, when we tried to catch the power brokers, when we tried to remove the exploitation, we found that Delhi was much too far away because these things were all happening at the grassroots level. For example, if some contractor was involved in bad work and he got full payment, from Delhi we would keep asking questions, but the answers would be given by the same people who were involved with the contractor in the first place. The result was that sitting so far away from Delhi, we could not correct these things. When you are sitting where the work is being done, nobody can give you a wrong answer. Because you can raise the question immediately there. Then there was the other question of the programs themselves. We would make a program for the whole country. आप कार्यक्रम बनाएंगे, हमारी योजना बनाने में आप हमें मदद करेंगे, और जो कार्यक्रम बनेंगे आपके गांव के लिए बनेंगे, आपके जिले के लिए बनेंगे, आपके ब्लॉक के लिए बनेंगे, आपकी समस्याएं हल होने लगेंगी, और ये बीच में जो इतना बोझा चलता है ये सब बट जाएगा, खत्म नहीं होगा, लेकिन इस तरह से काम करेंगे कि काम होगा, फायदा पहुंचेगा। आज मौका है भारत को मजबूत बनाने का, भारत को महान बनाने का, क्योंकि भारत के मजदूरों के काम से, भारत के श्रमिकों के काम से आज भारत विकास के रास्ते पर बड़ी तेजी से चल रहा है। वो जमाना था जब हमारे धन और दौलत ढूंढने के लिए लोग दुनिया के कोने कोने से आते थे, हमारे ज्ञान और विज्ञान के खोज में सालों सफर करते थे लोग ढूंढने के लिए। और हमारी कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि हम आती हुई 21वीं शताब्दी में वैसे ही भारत को ले जाएं, एक महान भारत को ले जाएं।